So I just wanted to say that my favorite jazz musician is Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington is a composer, and he plays a lot of different instruments. He might even be best known as a pianist, as playing the piano. Duke Ellington is my favorite jazz musician. I don't think he's my favorite artist in general, but he's my favorite jazz musician. Duke Ellington probably reached his peak like in the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. I think he was based in Harlem, New York. I think he had the music for the Cotton Club um, in Harlem in New York. Um, the which was like a popular nightclub in Harlem in the 1940s and 50s or whatever. Duke Ellington, I really like his sound because he sounds like New York from the 40s and 50s. A lot of other artists, I think, sound like New Orleans or sound like something else. I don't know. But I think Duke Ellington sounds like New York in the 1940s and 50s. And he, I really like his horns. I don't know what all they're called. Trombone and saxophone. Is that what they're called? Saxophone and trombone. And then there's other horns too. But I really like Duke Ellington's horns. I really like when he plays piano. There's a lot of, I really like when he composes music. There's a lot of things I think I really like that he does. There's a lot of things I really like what Duke Ellington does. I think he's underrated in a lot of ways. A lot of people, well, he's like classic jazz. Duke Ellington is like classic jazz. When you think of classic jazz, you think of Charlie Parker and Duke Ellington. And when you think of more avant-garde 60s jazz, you think of Miles Davis and John Coltrane. And when you think of newer jazz, what do you think of? I don't know. But there's not a ton of new jazz artists that have the cachet, the cultural cachet that those artists have from the 40s to the 60s. Because jazz music was pop music at that time. Big band slowly turned into jazz. And Duke Ellington was more big band, while Miles Davis and John Coltrane were more like, you know, modern jazz. They're more modern than the big band. It was more like a couple of people playing instruments, like a trio or a group of four, group, like a small amount of people playing instruments. Duke Ellington was more in the big band era, but Duke Ellington was in the transition when it went from big band to bebop to modern jazz. Um, if you ever listen to Duke Ellington, it it'll sound like a movie scene from like the 1940s, 1950s. There's a lot of movies that would play when they would show a scene in New York, or like the Twilight Zone when they show a scene in New York. They'll play something that sounds like Duke Ellington. He was really good. Um, I I feel energized when I listen to Duke Ellington. He is like energetic music. It's to me kind of the peak of the big band music, but it's also, maybe it wasn't big band. Maybe the big band was more like the 1930s, and maybe Duke Ellington mastered like bebop. Is that the phrase, bebop? In the 1940s and 50s. So maybe Duke Ellington was after big band, but a lot of my phrasing isn't exactly right. But I'm just trying to say I really appreciate his music, and probably need to trim my hair. Um, the I learn a lot from Duke Ellington, and the way he plays the instruments, it makes me want to be as cool as him. It makes me want to be as in touch with my emotions as Duke is. And he's it to me, the reason I like Duke Ellington more than everybody else is Duke sounds more sophisticated than any other type of music. He sounds more sophisticated. I think he used to wear like a top hat, you know. He used to wear like a top hat to try to look sophisticated. But the funny thing is top hats weren't really in style when or they were just out of style when he was wearing top hats. So like he was trying to make it look like they were big like in the 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, and he was wearing them when they were out of style. Almost like the penguin. Like the penguin wears a top hat even though it was out of style. It's kind of funny. Um, that Duke Ellington wore a top hat even though it was out of style. Or maybe I'm thinking of Count Basie. Sometimes I get Count Basie mixed up with Duke Ellington, even though Count Basie's not as good as Duke Ellington. Um, it's just kind of funny. Um, so what else? Yeah, if you want to listen to energetic jazz, I think you should listen to Duke Ellington because he'll make you feel good inside. If you want to feel something more depressed or feel more emo, I'd listen to Miles Davis. Miles Davis is the jazz artist you want to listen to when you're emo. And Duke Ellington is the artist you want to listen to when you're want to feel energized, you want to feel excited, you want to feel good and happy inside. I listen to Duke Ellington. Duke Ellington is the George Michael of jazz. You listen to George Michael when you want to feel happy. Listen to Duke Ellington when you want to feel happy. Listen to Miles Davis when you want to feel the deep sadness deep inside. You listen to Miles Davis. Oh no, woe is me. Woe is me, you listen to Miles Davis. But you want to feel energized or excited, I listen to Duke Ellington. That's why Duke Ellington's my favorite artist because I want to feel happy inside too. I want to be like him. I'm not saying he was always happy all the time, but I know he wasn't. I'm saying that he produced happy music. He produced excited music and wonderful music. Anyway, so let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Duke Ellington? Have you listened to him? Are you going to listen to him? Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on Duke Ellington? Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. And please like this video, it really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.